So I'm with Makonnen Hannah, the Space Age Rasta, he tells me.
That is it.
And why do you go by the Space Age Rasta then? What's that about?
Well, being a millennial, really and truly looking forward to how I've grown up. I've been Rasta from I was born, from birth. And, the struggles that my elders went through before so that I can be here to live almost pretty much freely the way I do. This is Rasta now. I am Rasta in the space age. Because this is the space age as they call it. So, may I the space age Rasta.
And linking space to another side of your life and your makeup is that you are a tech genius.
Sizzla.
You are a tech genius. You are a music producer, not just any tech genius and music producer. You've currently produced Sizzler's new album.
Yeah, man, yeah, man.
For people that don't know who Sizzler is, just tell us how big he is.
Well, Sizzla is a Jamaican reggae icon. And, one of the forebearers, the torch bearers of Rasta culture for us millennials, in the 90s. He's pretty much like a prophet to us who brought so many youth towards Rastafari and helped so many youth see the light of Rastafari. And he's a damn amazing musician, has made so many hits, Dry Cry, Thank You Mama, Not Apologize, you know what I mean? Such an amazing artist. So I'm privileged and honored to have him as my brother, as a friend, and a brother, but also as someone on the musical battlefield. So, I've been working with him for years, but, as our relationship musically grows, I've been doing a lot more, and this project is one of many to come. And, we've dropped many popular singles and stuff like that. So the album is called Run Things.
And so you've produced it?
Yeah, man, fully.
That's a big deal, huge thing. I
Yeah,
mean,
man.
a moment of pride. How do you feel about
Give
that?
thanks, brother. Give thanks. Well, it's like I said, an honor because he's an artist that I've grown up with, and like I said, I feel privileged to be around him in such close proximity the way I am, and to be welcomed by him and to be appreciated, and the way we collaborate musically as musicians is amazing. And I have a great team with me as well. My team at Lead Out Productions, Purifier, Father Skr, Jay, big up yourself. The whole team of us, who work together on this project, because I do produce everything myself, but I have a team who works very closely with me, and, we work on selecting beats, creating sounds, just seeing where we can push the sound, but also give the people, the listeners and the fans, what they love about Sizzla as well.
So that's a huge responsibility within Rastafari, because Rastas, Bob Marley, everyone knows the history of Rastafari music, because music was used to spread the gospel of Rastafari.
Yes.
So it's a big responsibility for a young man like yourself. Do you feel that?
Well, I'll be honest with you, you never really feel it. Because you see the way how I've been raised, and my mother is a very special lady. I give thanks to her. Mama B, big up yourself. But when you're raised within a certain level of militancy and you understand the gravity of the situation, you don't really notice the weight. It's like as soldiers, when the soldiers train, basic training, they have all their baggage on their back. Mm-hmm. So you train to learn to absorb that weight and be able to hold that weight. So we know to hold the weight. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I understand the gravity of the situation, and therefore I don't take it lightly.
Yes.
At the end of the day, you know what I mean? Because as a second generation person in the Jamaican music industry and as a Rasta youth, we still have things to protect, we still have values to uphold, we still have standards and principles to make sure that they're upheld in that case,
Now another side of yourself, multi-talented, very diverse, is the business aspect. Because you're not just the producer,
yes,
you also control the business aspect. Now talk to me in terms of Jamaica, where Jamaica sits in terms of the struggles to try and get music out there globally, or how do you find that process?
Well, it's interesting that you asked that, and it kind of ties back into the work that I do in technology. So, I've spent many years learning the business of music. Fortunately, I give thanks to have been able to access the knowledge because many don't. So I try to impact and educate as many young artists and producers as I can who I encounter. And really and truly, it's been a struggle. I started doing music when I was very young, before the age of 10. But when I first started doing music professionally was just before the age of iTunes and YouTube and stuff like that. But now we have such an opportunity to use technology to leverage what's going on and to create independent business people and products out of every artist and what's going on. So we find that with the new access to independent distribution technologies, which is something I'm actually working very deeply on right now. My business, CTF Global Ventures, we've currently worked in conjunction, partnered and acquired a company called Kicker, which is in the UK and now being rebranded under our branding of Radiant, which is our streaming service, which we also developed with Prophecy Onassis in the USA via. So it's a triple collaboration between the USA, Jamaica, and the UK to distribute and provide label services for new up and coming artists, talents, anyone, who wants to distribute. And that's been a new thing that we're trying to push in the industry is not just distribution,
Yeah.
but label services. So you actually get marketing, promotion, and all other things that would be of a major label. You get the same major label type services, but with an independent platform where you obviously own your masters and we only take a percentage of what we do for you, whatever we distribute. So it could be 20% or whatever. So this is a solution that I've worked on to develop to empower young creators, artists, producers, everyone across the globe, really.
Do you see that model of the way of you doing things independently as sort of keeping in tune with your Rasta roots and your Rasta faith? Is that where it comes from? Is that what's underpinning it?
Yes, my bro. Well, really, Rastafari, we born Babylon, So we don't want anything to do with Babylon. So this is, I would say, my way of getting into the business in a way that I felt comfortable. I've purposely strayed away from certain business models. I've been offered major label deals, major publishing deals in the past, and I've turned them down because I wanted to remain independent. And
That's
within,
a tough thing to do.
well,
It's a tough thing to do.
bro, you have to hold it. Remember, you have to be able to hold it. So in doing that, I was able to not only build my value, because the more I keep going is the more, my catalog grows in value and I produce more songs and discover more artists and work with bigger artists, my catalog grows. But then at the same time, these people might want to give you an offer. They might want to lowball you. You know what I mean? They want to tie you up. They want to mess with your creative freedom. They want to maybe bring certain agendas into your music that you don't stand for personally. So as a Rasta man, we have to stay independent and free, just like the Rasta man would go into the hills and plant his food and grow his ganja and play his guitar. It's now Rasta in the space age again now. So you see where it comes to.
I hear we're gone.
Yes.
Full circle.
Full circle, my
Full
bro.
circle.
Yeah, man.
Just
Yeah,
a
man.
final question you're clearly someone that could be a mentor, no doubt is a mentor for young Jamaicans. It's still a country rich in culture, music being at the heart, a key heartbeat of the country. What's your advice for young Jamaicans that might want to do something that you're doing or get involved in the music industry?
First of all, I say use me as an example because I'm a Rasta youth, never went to school, and does not conform to any of their conventions. So I would love to show the youth that just use me as an example. You're sitting in the ghetto, you feel like you have no purpose or you have nowhere to go. No, you can create any life you want to create for yourself as long as it comes from a place of positivity, goodness, and you do not do it with any intention to hurt or cause problems for anyone. So if you can create the life that you want, you can create the life that you want without making it hard for others or hurting anyone else in the process. It's definitely possible. You don't have to sell out to Babylon. You don't have to rob, cheat, steal, or compromise your principles to create the life that you so desire, because everything you so desire is within yourself.
I respect your beliefs. Thank you for your time.
Salute.
I wish you all the best with the album
Respect.
and all the things that you're doing.
Thank you, my brother. It's a
Congratulations
pleasure.
on your success.
Rastafari is highest. One Sizzla Kalonji, one Judgment Yard, one King, one President, one Jamaica, one Space Age Rasta. Yeah? Blessed love every time.